Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between NEX and Scarlett on Ruins of Endion. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is NEX. Okay, I know that's what the clan that he's playing for, but I can't read his name, so his name is NEX. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Scarlett. I know this is Scarlett because this is part of a replay pack that was posted by Scarlett on Twitter. And let's get right on into it. A ZVT here on this map. This is actually a two-player map. I know it looks bigger than that, but these are definitely the only two spawning points that you have, which means this turns into a big old battleground right across here. I know there are rocks in the way, but these usually get taken down, especially by Terran and Protoss. Just to make an easier attack path to get to your enemy, we might see some players working on that very early, or units rather, to make sure these are out of the way. But otherwise, a very strange map indeed. You have a narrow ramp up to your main, so that's normal. As you can see, this getting walled off moderately by NEX, into a natural, into a wide ramp at your natural, and then a third base that is actually protected by rocks. So Terran and Protoss players will probably take their third here. Pretty easy for them to take that down. Zerg will move up here likely to go for their third, a little bit farther away, but again, you don't have to make a bunch of lings or roaches to knock down those rocks first, which can definitely be very, very annoying. Into a spawning pool and an extractor here from Scarlett. Pretty darn standard stuff, although that was a pool first play. So trying to be aggressive, which is weird because you have to walk all the way around. See where this SUV is going? All the way up here, and then all the way down to your opponent's base if you're going to be aggressive with some early lings. Perhaps Scarlett's just worried about some mass Reaper play, which can be good here on this map. Actually, can Reapers hop up this? I don't know. Might have to wait and see if that's possible or not. There's a Reaper on the way, and I think we'll have to see where the Reaper goes. But yeah, a mass Reaper with kind of the short rush distance they can do might actually be pretty good. The lings do take down the SCV, and the Reaper heads out. Where can it go? Oh, nope. Actually, heading up here. Again, you can knock down these rock towers to wall yourself off a little bit more if you want to do that against Zerg. And yeah, maybe the Reaper does have to go the long way around. Gonna go ahead and tap that Xel'Naga watchtower. And yeah, I guess they usually can't jump over rocks, and I don't see really a good place for them to hop up otherwise. So yeah, looks like Reapers have to take the long way around. Scarlett just playing maybe a little bit more conservatively than you would normally see here. Does have the hatch, it's a little bit late, does have a queen ready to go though, which is always very nice indeed. The queen does have almost enough energy to inject, and there it goes. So close. So close. APM for these guys is over 200 on average for Scarlett, over 300 for this next guy, whoever he is. Reaper does end up with 2 kills. I think those are both Zerglings, and no. Oh, yeah, both Zerglings. 1 worker killed by some lings there over in Scarlett's base. And the lings are trying to get a kill there. Good micro on display by NEX, not allowing that to happen. A bunker coming up there as well. And what is going to come up next for our Terran player? That's the question. Factory with a tech lab. Barracks pumping out Marines. There's the starport, the 1-1-1 build with a command center tossed on in there. So it is a 1-1-1-1 build, maybe? Do you count the command center as a 1 or as a 2? I suppose that is up to you, dear listeners. Reaper popping back in with 2 kills, feeling pretty darn happy with himself. Going to go ahead and try to take out, possibly, nope, just scouting the hatchery, not trying to kill it. Obviously not. Reaper sneaking around in here too, and the speedlings are ready to go. Goodbye, thanks for coming. You are now dead, as Reapers do get killed by speedlings as soon as they show up, as speedlings are very fast. And the Reaper could take a few with them, but that generally doesn't happen either. Pneumatized Carapace on the way for Scarlett, perhaps going for some drop lords here. And yes, drop has finished. All right, so the lings are going to try to knock down their own rock tower on the other side. What is going on here from Scarlett? This is an interesting play indeed. Pneumatized Carapace flying around with a quick Overlord. Doesn't have to make an Overseer for it. Just going to use regular type Overlord. The Marines trying to stutter step their way to victory to kill the Overlord, but no. And the rocks do get knocked down. So I guess maybe this just delays NEX's push. If NEX has to kill these rocks before heading on up here, giving Scarlett some extra time to tech up, to drone up, whatever she needs to do. Interesting play indeed. Drop tank harass on the way here from NEX. Really darn good on this map, actually. Some high grounds you can hang out on and do some stuff. This base has not actually been taken, so it's kind of hard to harass this one, but we'll have to see how this works. Queen's ready to go. They really want to get some stabs in on this medevac. Killing the medevac is kind of the key for stopping this, although getting shot by the tank is kind of the other problem with it. So it's kind of just a balancing act of getting shots off on the medevac while not taking too many shots from the tank And so far working out pretty well. The Queens might be able to take down the medevac while getting the tank here too. Medevac does have 6 hit points remaining. Can the Queens kill this tank? Going to be very close indeed without losing any of them. Can't pick it up, boosting away, losing the tank, and the medevac is forced to go home. So good harassment there by the Queens. I guess it was more base defense than harassment. We're going to pick up those Queens, make a drop lord out of them, and send them where? What is going on here? Just going to okay, so unloads one there, then picks it up and heads on out. What is I don't know what Scarlett is doing. This is weird. Basically playing drop queen. Oh, does get scouted, and guess what? You can drop right on top of that tank. Oh, is that what this is? Is that what Scarlett's doing? Is going to drop on top of the tank to shoot it inside the tank's attack radius where it can't attack because it's in siege mode. And nope, not a drop. There's a drop. Stab, 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 and shoot, shoot, shoot. No, medevac does live. These are still here. All right, so actually rebuffing these tank drops fairly effectively here was Scarlett. Right now it is 62 to 40 harvesters. Scarlett in the lead. Like I said, been droning up like a boss, pretty much been dealing with only with lings and queens to this point, which allows you to get that huge economic advantage and then take up to a lair, then take up to a roach warren or an infestation pit, whatever you want to go for. Right now the world is Scarlett's oyster. Third base is well established. Fourth base coming up here too. Marines trying to establish what they want to take for a third. Actually not knocking down these rocks as I expected they would. Surprise, these rocks are down. I'm not sure when NEX figured that out, but it definitely was a surprise at some point here. Gonna knock down these ones. Yeah, gonna knock down these ones. Try to push up on here to deal with the Zerg army in the most direct route possible. Scarlett is not knocking down her rocks on this side, but instead is choosing to leave them intact, spread some creep so that she knows when the rocks are getting killed. Yeah, like I said, Terran army doesn't have too much trouble taking them down. Spire on the way, centrifugal hooks, so Bling, Baneling, Muta. Going to be Scarlett's tech of choice here in this Legacy of the Void game. The question is, can it get here in time, or are these Marines and these tanks going to wreck before that tech actually pops? Going to be close. That Spire does take a while to build. It is 56 out of 71 complete. Centrifugal hooks on the way. Melee attack +2/+2, but not going to be here anytime soon. It's going to be a while. All right, in production are a bunch of lings. Banelings don't quite have that speed yet. I think they will by the time this attack commences. But the tanks are set up. The Marines are ready to go. The scans are taking out creep tumors. Tanks on the high ground, trying to snipe down as many queens as possible here. Marines extending a little bit far out, feeling fairly confident, canceling a Baneling. These Banelings trying to get shots off, and no, target fired down. One does get a shot off there. Some of these Marines are pretty darn low on health. And is Scarlett going to go for it? 11 mutas in production. That will be massively important for Scarlett to defend against this. Can she do it? The tanks need to push in now. They have to know some tech is following up, and there are the mutas. They're starting to pop. 3 more in production here. Muta count is currently at 11. 8. With 11 to come here. Dancing back and forth. The Lings are trying to catch Marines. This is very, very tight right now. Going for it. The Banelings rolling in. The Mutas rolling in. And more reinforcing Marines coming in from the backside, though. Not looking good at all. Some pretty good Baneling connections, though. Pretty good target firing, however, from NEX. And the Mutas forced to retreat in the face of overwhelming Marine numbers right now. It's 120 to 116 total supply, but a lot of those are workers right now. 73 to 41. Scarlett might have droned up a little bit too hard here. This Marine count is looking dead scary. Dead scary indeed. Pushing on up. No upgrades on these guys at all. Trying to finally forced to attack, but the mutas are slowly getting evaporated, and that is it. The muta ball is almost completely gone. 1 remaining. Pretty good splits on those Marines. The Banelings not getting great hits, doing fairly good in the far north here, but the Marines themselves holding on against the Lings, and enough of a Marine ball remaining to where I don't think there's enough here from Scarlett. Reinforcements pushing up on, and all that's left of these 4 queens. They're transfusing. They're trying to stay alive. More Lings coming in, just getting evaporated as soon as they show up. The Marines continuing to push on in here, and the tanks firing on evolution chambers. +2/+2, gonna finish, but it was not in time to help Scarlett here. 174 total supply. The hatch does end up falling. Reinforcements continue to stream across the map here for NEX. Worker count is still 48 to 42 in favor of Scarlett, but units tab shows 18 Lings, and that is it. Lings are not necessarily enough to deal with this, especially not the Marines with the medevac support and the tank support here too. That will not actually one-shot these Lings, as they do have +2/+2, but the Marines should be able to clean them out fairly well indeed. Pretty good stutter step micro. Once again, inside the main base now is the Terran army, and that's it. A GG from Scarlett. Scarlett is defeated. Barcode or rather NEX is victorious, and Scarlett has left the game. So yeah, just kind of a typical play of the Zerg really relying on the rocks a little bit too much. Let's knock down these rocks. Didn't necessarily see the Uzi's one getting knocked down until it was too late. Really needed those mutas to pop out earlier, or that +2/+2 to finish earlier in order to make it work. If Scarlett had been able to hold off that first attack, definitely would have won. But in the end, just macroed up a little bit too hard. Again, it was up like 70 workers to 40 on her opponent. Did not have any attacking units to speak of. Some Lings, some Banelings, and just kind of got caught in that position and ended up getting killed. So, can happen to the best of you Zerg players. Do not take heart if this happened to you. I know it's happened to me. And Terrans, get those timings down. Show up when you think your opponent is droning and you can get wins like this. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.